Cooper Rush back to throw it for CMU. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to lob it deep towards the end zone. And it's caught. A lateral back. Chippewa still on the move. 5. Corey Willis looking for the end zone for CMU. And he's into the end zone.
In spectacular fashion, the Chippewas picked up their first win against a top 25 opponent since 1991 on Saturday when they defeated Oklahoma State 30-27. We've got the highlights for you coming up next on Chippewa Rewind. An exhilarating win on Saturday for Central Michigan as they take down 22nd ranked Oklahoma State. Thanks for joining us on Chippewa Rewind. He's Coach John Bonamego. I'm Adam Jacksa. Coach, you take down a top 25 team on the road in your second game. How did it feel?
Pretty darn good. I just think our team did a great job all week of preparing. Our coaches did a great job. I'm really proud of the effort that we've put forward. And you know, it's a great example of when you have a group of men pulling together for a common cause who really, more than know that they can win, what can happen. You know, it's only an upset if you didn't believe it could happen. And we knew that if we played our best game, if we played our best, that it would be good enough to win.
Do you consider it an upset?
No, I don't. I think it's obviously a great win. It's a statement win. But again, it's only an upset if you don't believe that it could happen, and we knew that it could.
It's the first time in 25 years, going back since 1991, that a Central Michigan team has beaten a top 25 team. I mean, how special is that? It's
pretty special. I mean, it'll definitely go down in the history books. But you know, I just told the team, it's one game. We still have a lot of season left. It wasn't a perfect game by any means. We left some plays out there. We've got to keep working to improve and recommit ourselves, refocus ourselves this week, and stay committed to the process, because you win on Saturday based on the work that you put in during the week.
The other cool thing I wanted to mention, your former coach, Herb Duramity, was the one that pulled the last upset in 91. You get this one. I mean, that's pretty unique as well.
It's pretty special. Anytime you can be mentioned in the same sentence with Coach Duramity, it's a unique and special honor.
Well, I'm sure he was happy to see the upset on Saturday. Let's look at some of the footage first, though. They get up 14-0. How were you guys feeling? Because it was a little bit of a slower start for your guys.
Yeah, you know, we had a little bit of trouble finding our rhythm offensively in the early goings. I thought defensively we came out of the gate and played really, really well. But too many 3-and-outs in that early goings of that game, and with that tempo offense, it's just a matter of time before they make some plays. So I was really, really pleased. I think this was kind of really the pivotal moment for us. You know, down 14-0 on the road against a Power 5 opponent, and how do we respond? And I thought we answered the bell.
Absolutely. Let's jump into that footage. You get the ball at your own 20-yard line. Your first down of the day coming with 2:15 left in the first quarter. And it's Jesse Kroll.
This is a nice job, first of all, by Corey clearing the coverage out. Jesse on the return catches the ball and really does a good job with the yards after catch. You know, takes on the DB on the sideline and moves the chains.
Jesse had 6 catches for 91 yards. His last catch was pretty important. You'll see that one coming up a little bit later. Here's Eric Cooper, who has a nice catch across the middle.
Yeah, Coop does a nice job here of getting underneath the coverage. Finding the window between the deep coverage and the linebackers sitting down in that open area. Cooper Rush does a nice job of delivering the pass on time, and again, first down, move the chains.
Those third downs were key for you guys. Is 8 out of 15 the Chippewas were offensively on third down. And how about Tyler Conklin? He was fantastic.
Yes, he was. You know, Tyler's a great example of what, you know, hard work can bring somebody. He's a walk-on in our program. Went to Saginaw Valley on a basketball scholarship, transferred here, sat out. Last year played primarily on special teams, and this year in the offseason earned the starting tight end position. And I'd say this was a breakout game for him for sure.
He gets you going early on. This is the beginning of the second quarter, still down 14-0 on that initial drive. Conklin goes for 19 yards here.
Yeah, this is a nice job with the play action. Cooper steps up, out route there. Defender falls down, and Tyler's able to get up the sideline for a first down.
Tyler Conklin, a career day, 7 catches, 96 yards. Coach, he had 95 yards all of last season. So again, we continue to say a breakout day, and here's his first career touchdown.
Yeah, this was a really nice play here. Cooper Rush does a nice job of extending the play, stepping up in the pocket. Tyler does a nice job of mirroring, finding an open area, catches the ball cleanly, then is able to turn it up and get in the end zone, touchdown, and we're on the board.
That makes it 14-7. The Chippewas do cut into that lead. Oklahoma State field goal kicker comes back, hits a 53-yarder. You guys do hold them to 3, makes it 17-7. And then Jesse Kroll once again gets up the field, and then a face mask aids you guys, get you to the 25.
Yeah, the penalty was big because, again, it did affect the drive, and we're able to tack on another 15 yards. Jesse does a nice job there of pushing vertical, staying quick out of the break, and Cooper just delivers a great throw here right on the sideline where no one else can get it.
Let's see, you had 7 extra points in that first game. You had 1 extra point early in this game, and finally, Brian Evie has his first opportunity at a field goal. He nets it through to make it 17-10.
Yep.
Coach, a little bit of a slower start like we talked about earlier, but the second quarter you picked it up. What did you think was the biggest difference between quarter 1 and quarter 2?
Obviously finding our rhythm on offense, being able to extend drives, keep our defense off the field a little bit, get them fresh so that they could go out and play that hard, fast defense that we're accustomed to playing.
A good second half, which seems to be the theme for Central Michigan. That's coming up. We'll show you those highlights when we come back on Chippewa Rewind.
The game is bigger than quick hands, breakaways, or finger rolls. It's bigger than layouts, sellouts, and shooting the lights out. It's bigger than cannons, bells, and wagon wheels in any stadium, field, or score. Because when you play the game for the integrity of the sport, with character, honor, and heart, the game is bigger than just a game. It's a foundation for life.
State 31. Cooper back to the shotgun, wants to throw it again. Has-time, steps up in the pocket, looking deep downfield, and it's caught by Spalding for a Central Michigan touchdown. Devin Spalding wide open, and Cooper laid it in there perfectly.
Central Michigan's down 17-10 at halftime. It's Stillwater, and you actually get the ball first. They stop you, but then you get it back, and a big play by one of your freshman running backs out of the backfield here.
This was a huge play, by Jonathan Ward on an underneath route. Cooper hits him. He's able to break a tackle right there and get the yardage for the first down. That was a big play.
His only catch on the day, and it comes on 3rd down, changes field position at least. The drive continues, and then we go to Tyler Conklin, who makes a big play, another catch for 22 yards.
Again, we keep saying his name. We just really like the matchups that we were getting and what we were able to do with some of the crossing routes there underneath. Tyler shakes free, Cooper finds him, and then he's able to do the rest.
Is that matchup something you noticed before the game or just something in-game?
It's a combination of both. I mean, you're always looking at film during the week and then confirming what you see on game day.
Cooper Rush continues the drive with a nice scramble. He goes for 19 yards. And then how about this catch? One-hander by the big fella in the corner of the end zone. Again,
this was a good matchup for us. We've got Tyler lined up at the split end position or a flex tight end. He draws a matchup with the corner, so we've got a little bit of a size advantage there. Cooper does a great job of putting the ball out where Tyler's the only person that can get it. He does a fantastic job of reaching out with one hand, pulling it into his body. He comes down clearly in the end zone, finishes the catch, and all of a sudden, we're right back in it.
You're right, 17-17. That's another third down conversion and a terrific athletic play. That's in the third quarter, and that drive, one of two real long ones, 12-play, 89 yards, 6-minute and 44-second drive. How important was the time of possession on Saturday?
It's very important. It's not as important as how you finish the drives. You want to finish them with points. But in a game like that versus an opponent that is really very, very fast, high-tempo offense, that rest time that the defense gets while the offense is on the field is very, very valuable. It takes a lot more energy to play defense than it does offense. So, but those were outstanding drives by our offense.
So that, again, makes it 17-17. Then Oklahoma State, they come back down and get a field goal. We've been talking a lot about your offense, but defensively, these were a couple nice plays. Amari Coleman with some great pass breakups to force that field goal.
I thought Amari played another great game, and so did Josh Cox on the other side. I think that, they challenged him a couple times, and I thought he came up big throughout that game.
So we move on to the fourth quarter. Oklahoma State does make that field goal. It's 20-17, still a very close game. And then your biggest play outside of that last play of the game right here, 40 yards to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is a great job. This is our vertical concept here. So you get 4 verts. Cooper likes to match up in the middle. He throws a strike to Mark. Mark finishes the catch. And, if you're going to have those long drives, it's great to have chunk plays like that. It's difficult to get drive 90, 95 yards, just 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. The chunk plays really help out a great deal.
This drive, 95 yards, started at your own 5, and it capped off with a terrific throw to Devin Spalding right across the middle.
Yeah, this was, again, similar concept, vertical concept. Coop likes the matchup of Devin with the linebacker. He sees that. Again, he lays it out there perfectly where Devin's the only one that can get it. Devin does a great job of separating and finishing the catch, and the result's a touchdown. It's a great throw and catch, and good protection on that play as well.
And on the sidelines, you got to be thinking, we can do this. That's your first lead of the game.
Well, it was the thing that I will never forget about that game is how quiet that stadium got when we went ahead. I used the phrase last night, I think I could have ordered a hot dog up in the press box from the sideline. It was a deafening quiet, and our players recognized it, and we fed off of it.
Coach, defense was great all day long. Nate Brisson fast, able to come up with another sack, your third on the day. How tremendous was the D-line?
They were outstanding. Really starts with the 2 big guys inside, Jabari Dean, Kelby Latta, 2 of our captains. Then on the outside with Joey Osman, Mitch Stanizak, Michael Dana, Joe Canavelos. That group is an unselfish group as there comes. They work exceptionally hard. They're relentless, and they don't really care who gets the sacks. They just pin their ears back and go. It was great to see Brisson fast, be fast, get that one, and really excited and pleased with where that group's headed.
They got to the quarterback throughout Saturday's game, but they also stopped the run, which is key.
A big part of our defensive philosophy is we want to make people one-dimensional. We have to take away the run first, and we're able to do that again this week. And again, I think our defense is playing at a very high level right now, and I know we can get even better.
So it was a 3rd and 16 after the Brisson fast sack. They do get a PI, so they get the first down. It's 1st and goal. Josh Cox, who you talked about, had a tremendous game, an outstanding play in the end zone.
Yeah, I think he had 9 tackles on the day. This was just a great play, using his hands in press coverage, keeping the receiver in front of him, opens his hips, and then, finishes the play with a great catch. So huge momentum shift there for us. A great play by Josh.
And you are right. He led the team with 9 tackles on Saturday. And I want to talk about momentum because the very next play, Devin puts it on the ground. They get it back. How do you handle that and get your team together and make sure they're ready to go?
Just, we always preach next play. You can't live in the past. You have to stay in the present. Whether it's good or bad, you have to move on and do your best to compete and win the very next snap.
They end up scoring on that drive, go in front. It's 27-24, and here it comes. The play that's been seen all across the country. Take us through it.
Well, it's a play that's pretty much in most people's playbook. It's your Hail Mary. What's a little bit different is, Oklahoma chose to rush with 6 and only play 5 on the back end. Cooper's, I wouldn't say under duress, but there is pressure there. He's able to step up and crow hop, and he had to throw the ball before Jesse got to the end zone. Jesse goes up and makes a great catch in traffic, and then has the awareness to lateral the ball back to Corey Willis, who is in a trail position there. Our general rule there is that we don't ever go down with the ball in our hand, so it's literally feast or famine. Touchdown or turnover. Corey was able to, break contain and had enough speed to get to the end zone, had the awareness to know where he was at on the field and stretch the ball across the plane, and it worked out. And, again, you have number advantage downfield, and, to be able to break contain, it's one of the greatest plays, if not the greatest play that I've ever been associated with. But that was, make no mistake about it, that was a hard-fought game for 4 quarters. There was a lot of plays in every phase, offense, defense, and the kicking game that led up to that. That's the one we're going to remember. That's the play that'll get talked about, but I'm going to remember the whole game.
Yeah, certainly things that won't get talked about. You guys outgained them on offense in the yardage category. You were terrific on 3rd down and terrific stopping them. They were just 1 of 11 on 3rd down. I want to go back to the play, just one more thing. Corey joked about it in the press conference that he was actually supposed to be behind Jesse Kroll, but he was in front of him. Is this a play that you guys practice?
We do practice it. I mean, it's, all the time. I mean, I think Tyler was supposed to be the trailer. I'll have to talk to Corey. I don't know how exactly he ended up there, but maybe we'll have to put it in this way.
He always seems to come up with the big plays, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, if I had to pick one guy to put the ball in the hands of, it'd probably be Corey. So I'm just happy for our whole team.
Chippewas pull it out in just crazy fashion, 30-27, a great win. Central Michigan 2-0 on the season. We do have one question on Twitter for you. Asked if you knew about the rule that allowed you guys to get the extra play about throwing it out of bounds.
Well, I'll go back to the play that we called a penalty on. We do have that play in our arsenal. We feel like if we get in a situation with 6 seconds or less in the game, that we can throw a ball down the field high and out of bounds. The way the clock starts on the snap in that situation, and won't stop until the ball hits the ground. The difference between our play and the play that Oklahoma State ran is that we would have a receiver in that vicinity. The intentional grounding call was absolutely the correct call. I was not aware that the game could not be extended on an offensive penalty.
Either way, it's a win for the Chippewas. Your team's 2-0, and I know that's most important. 30-27, the final score. When we come back, we have to look at next week's opponent. It's UNLV. We'll talk about the Rebels next on Chippewa Rewind. Hey CMU fans, experience Central Michigan University and all there is to do on campus by visiting Ticket Central, your one-stop shop for all your favorite CMU events. Ticket Central's staff is ready to greet you with a smile and assist you with all your ticketing needs. Whether it be for athletic events, plays, concerts, and much more, we've got you covered. For further information, you can visit the atrium of the Event Center Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or give us a call at 888-347-3872. At Ticket Central, we're here to help get you wherever you want to go. Now that Oklahoma State is behind us, we look to the next opponent. It's UNLV, back at home in front of the fans at Kelly Short Stadium. Tell us what you know about the Rebels.
Well, they were a very young team last year, so they got a lot of starters returning. Second year head coach, highly successful, very, very successful at the high school level. And, I know that it's a very skilled football team. We're excited about the challenge, and we're really excited to be back home playing at Kelly Shorts.
Coach, I think maybe one of the most challenging things for you and your team, you come off such an emotional and exciting win, but you have to play another football game. There's another team coming in on Saturday. How do you get them ready for this one?
Yeah, we've already talked about that, right after the game, actually. We've got to be able to hit the reset button, go back to work, and embrace the grind and really recommit ourselves to the process. It's about getting better every single day.
Coach, a terrific crowd in that opener against Presbyterian, but here's your opportunity. If I'm a CMU student, why do I need to be at the game on Saturday?
Did you watch this past week? I'd like to give a shout out to all of the students and fans that showed up at Kelly Shorts when we got into town on Saturday evening. It was probably about 10 o'clock by the time we rolled in. It was an unbelievable reception. I know that crew is going to be out there on Saturday. The band was there, the finest marching band in the land. The marching chips were there. And I'm really excited for this Saturday's matchup.
Well, you can feel the momentum building. Chippewas are 2-0. You're looking to get to 3-0, and we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you guys can get there this next Saturday against UNLV.
Thank you very much. And again, thanks to everybody that showed up. And look forward to seeing you all in Kelly Shorts on Saturday and fire up chips.
Chippewas will take on UNLV this next Saturday. We hope we can see you all there, and then we'll break it down again next Monday. For Coach John Bonamego, I'm Adam Jacksa. Fire up chips.